Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the VolState Sports Network. My name is Kason Hollingsworth. I'm joined here tonight with Ethan Vance. Ethan Vance, introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I did the girls' game, so
Nice.
I had you for the second half. So
So I'm gonna let Ethan share a little story with us right after we do the starting lineups for the Jackson State Green Jays. Number 1, Aiden Shaw. He's a guard, freshman, 6'1". Number 2, Cooper Lowell. He's a freshman. No, he's a sophomore, forward. And number 3, Chris Mitchell. He's a forward as well, freshman. Number 11, Dallas Berkeley, guard, also a freshman. And number 21, Ron Brisbane. He's also a freshman. No, he's a sophomore, excuse me. He's a forward. So a very young team here for the Green Jays, as they are repping it almost like a Kelly Green jersey.
Yeah,
I like that. I really
nice.
like that jersey,
it's
actually.
Nice.
So that's a very, if I was playing for them, I'd be really hyped just for the jersey's sake. And now for your Vol State Pioneers, you're going to see a name that is not on this list for starters today, and I'm going to let my friend Ethan explain that. Number 0, Demarius Carroll is starting tonight. Number 4, Preston King. Number 12, Cannon Hale. And number 13, Jalen Hardaway. So, Ethan, go ahead and explain the conversation that you had with Taylor Groves because he's not starting tonight.
Yeah, so right before we went on Christmas break, the Pioneers traveled to Decatur, Alabama to play Calhoun. And in that game, Taylor went to make a move to head towards the basket, and Taylor ended up tearing his ACL, his meniscus, and fracturing his kneecap. That is going to put him out for the rest of the year. And you could just tell, Taylor was just bummed out. Taylor loves this game. Taylor leads the team averaging 20 points a game, and it's just kind of a loss for us. But all prayers to Taylor and hope a speedy recovery and hope it's all well for him. And we know that this team can affect without playing without Taylor Groves.
Definitely a huge missing link in this team, as well as Jamal Nero. He is hurt. I do not know the reason he is not playing. Do you, Ethan?
I do not. I have not a chance to contact him, but I am looking forward to that. I just know that conversation with Taylor was had with me.
Yeah. Aaron Denton, our head referee for tonight. Preston King and Chris Mitchell in the center as this game tips off. Dallas Berkeley with the ball. Cuts to his right. He ends up kicking the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be possession of Vol State. Very different offense here without Taylor Groves or Jamal Nero. This is going to be an interesting game. Slaughter driving towards the basket. Gets a pass out to King. And Carroll at the top of the key. Looking to start something for these Pioneers. Slaughter guarded by Shaw, now down to Hardaway. Hardaway puts up a fadeaway, no good. Gets his rebound and puts it in for 2. Quick points there for the Pioneers. Great way to start off the game. Shot by Brisbane is no good. Rebound Carroll with the ball now. Hardaway drives in, puts up a tough layup, no good. Foul is on Chris Mitchell. That's his first of the game. Always good to get your opponent in somewhat of foul trouble. Not necessarily foul trouble, but good to get a foul on the board for them early in the game. Helps you on later on into the game.
Especially, only playing 2 halves, it's good, You want to attack them early, maybe make them have 2 or 3 fouls in the first half, and you want to go finish them off there in the second.
Hardaway, first shot is good. If you can believe it, he has the highest three-point percentage on the team as he misses his second. Now he's only 2 for 3, obviously, but still the highest on the team. Berkeley, pump fakes over to Lowell. Now Berkeley back in the hands of Shaw. Shaw Gives it up to Lull. Lull. Then Mitchell ends up giving it back out to Shaw. Shot cut to his left. Puts up a shot. No good. On the floor is Preston King. He does not end up with the ball. Shot by Brisbane is good. That puts his Green Jays on the board. Slaughter guarded by Shaw. Coughs it up to Carroll. Carroll seems to be running the offense tonight.
Which would usually be in the role of Taylor Groves or Jamal Nero.
Hardaway pump fakes, drives in, back out to Hale. Hale for three! It's good! But they're going to wave it off because shot clock.
Yeah,
Right? That was it.
Yeah, he had it's like a half a second after, but almost there.
Great shot there. I mean, he had to get it off quick. So unfortunate for the Pioneers. Still had the lead 3-2. Shaw now ends up in the hands of Lowell. Brisbane. Now Berkeley, guarded by King. Berkeley at the top of the key, looking for something. Cuts to his right, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Carroll. Carroll with a deep pass to Hardaway. Hardaway's shot is good. Jalen Hardaway already hot to start this game with 5 points.
Able to sneak behind the defense there and little for an easy lay-in.
For sure, he's very good at that, putting in them layups. Very crucial. Slaughter with a turnaround shot, and it's good. I have to say, this team, without their star player, has looked very good so far.
I can say, I was here when they played Calhoun, when Calhoun traveled here. This is a very much different team that I saw that game against Calhoun. They took a devastating loss, 20-plus loss there, point loss. And, they're also playing without another big piece, and that name is Dylan Delk. And that's probably one of the reasons why Jalen Hardaway is getting the start. He had 10 off the bench when they lost this Need State. But I'm going to hand it back over to you, Kaysen.
Thank you. Hardaway now trying to make something happen in the paint. Puts up a turnaround floater, and it's good. Jalen Hardaway is hot tonight. Evans with the ball. Looking for something, drives in, puts up a shot, no good. Defense by Cannon Hale. And rebound was appointed to him as well. Slaughter's shot, it's no good, but he gets back on defense and almost makes them cough up a turnover there. Brisbane puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Hardaway. Early 7-point lead for the Pioneers here, and I know it's only been about 4 minutes, but this team has looked very good so far. This is, and not to sound pessimistic, but this is definitely not what I was expecting.
It's definitely a very different team I saw when Calhoun came. When Calhoun came here, they looked lost without Taylor, and I mean I guess you would say so. Star sophomore, former freshman, of the year, losing him, and him not coming back. Maybe this is just, that first game is going to be rough.
Definitely. As Mitchell passes the ball back out to Cooper Lowell. He pulls up a deep three, no good. Standing under the basket is Slaughter. Picks up that rebound. Slaughter drives in. Nice take by Auden Slaughter. He goes up and he puts it up with almost two hands there at the very end of his jump, as well as getting the foul. So I know I don't want to harp on it too much because, yeah, he is, probably the star player on the team, but definitely VolState, not going to say they necessarily don't need him, but they are still performing without him.
Yeah, we talked about it, when Taylor would play, your teams are picking you up half court. You got to push it. Without that, I mean, and that's, not only is that a ball handler out, that's a definitive scorer out. Taylor can make the plays you need him to make down the stretch. But there's guys who have stepped up in that role. Yes, they're playing without Jamal Nero, another good, another young buck, a freshman. But, that gives opportunity for Auden Slaughter to step up, Macon Atkinson, Demarius Carroll, Cannon Hell, he's a three-point shooter, but this gives them opportunity to maybe step up and make plays. Slaughter had a double-double in the loss against Snead State, so he's looking to maybe continue his hot hand.
Slaughter at the line now. His one and only shot is good. Shaw with the ball. He gives it over to Lowell. Lowell now Mitchell for three. No good. Rebound Moore, who passes it quickly to Carroll. Hale with the ball. Finds Maxwell Moore in the paint, whose shot is no good, but Chris Mitchell draws a foul. That's his second of the night. That's what I had. I was waiting on the announcer's table to confirm that. Maxwell Moore goes to the line. Moore leads the teams in blocks with 6. Well, I say he leads. He's tied with Preston King as his first shot drops. Moore is another one of those guys who, as his second shot is much like the first, finds nylon. He's one of those guys that can make plays. He's sneaky almost. Evans' layup is no good. Carroll now with the ball. Gives it over to Moore. Moore for three. No good. Rebound Lowell. Lowell looking into the paint to Bello.
Maxwell Moore's frame is just hard to go up on one-on-one.
Carroll with a behind-the-back pass that ends up in the hands of Hale. Hale for three. No good. Rebound King, as Cooper Lowell and him were fighting for it. They're going to say that it's Green Jays ball.
I've almost said Blue Jays a few times. I'm not going to lie.
It's definitely a tongue twister, especially, you're thinking Blue Jays automatically. As Macon Atkinson comes into the game. Haven't seen much of him this year. Great to see that he's getting some minutes.
It's just one of those guys, that's just going to have to step up and he's going to get some more minutes with the injuries that, the Pioneers are dealing with.
Phillips' pass ends up in the hands of Shaw. His shot is no good as he takes King to the paint. Auden Slaughter saw Moore. Moore was cutting straight to the basket. Pass was just a little bit over his head. Great read there, though. A little bit less, and you're walking away with 2. Pioneers have a 12-point lead here with just 13 minutes to go.
Coming out with, just aggression with fast-paced basketball, which is something, that not to sound like a broken record, but again, when you're missing the big of a piece of Taylor Groves, that you're able to get that fast pace going. When Taylor was playing, he was getting triple teamed full court. So
Donovan Ballou was that person who put in that 2 for the Green Jays. Canelo Velez for 3. His shot just out the back rim. Ends up with the ball in his hands again. Goes into the paint, puts up a shot, and it's good. Pioneers firing on all cylinders at the moment. Berkeley dribbling, looking for something, cuts into the paint, almost loses the ball. Ballou ends up giving it to Phillips, who drives into the paint. Now Brisbane with the ball, puts up a 2, no good. They're going to get him with a travel. Oh no,
I believe. Sorry to cut you off there. I just you said that they're going to assess Preston King with the foul. It looked like a travel before the foul was called, but
That sends Ron Brisbane to the line, who misses his first one. So that keeps your score 16-14.
16-4. Score correction, guys.
16-4. I'm all over the place right now. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Atkinson with the rebound. Velez back to Atkinson. Ball in the hands of Hale now. Preston King driving. Puts up a layup, and it's good. And he had to little boy him there as Donovan Ballou picks up a foul of his own. That's his first of the night, sending Preston King to the line. King has the highest field goal percentage on the team with 57.9. King misses his first, or his one and only free throw, I should say. Berkeley drives in, no good, gets his own rebound. Spin around shot, no good again. Rebound Jackson Jones. Jones gives to Phillips. He drives in and found a wide open Brisbane. But King was having none of it. They're going to say he fouled. That's Preston King's second foul.
A little bit of rust. You haven't been here in a while. It's just, shaking it off a little.
Good
to have you back, though.
Not my very best performance, I should say, as Brisbane's shot is no good. First shot's no good.
It has been great to have you back, though.
Thank you, man. I definitely had some things come up. Not necessarily bad things, just, Christmas with family and such. So good to be back. Second shot hits. Carroll looking at Johnny Lynn to see what play they're going to run. Carroll cuts to his left. Ends up in the hands of Hale. Hale drives to the paint. Ball is stolen. Berkeley with the ball. Looks to the paint to Ballou. Ballou gets the ball and does not immediately go up as Maxwell Moore thought he was. So Moore jumps and falls over the back of him. Rough fall. Good to see him get up so quickly. Berkeley with the inbound. Looking for anyone open. Finds Jones. Jones' shot is no good. Carroll calling a play. Velez now. Very quick passes here for the Pioneers. Hardaway pulls up a shot, no good. Rebound Phillips. He's looking to make a quick bucket. His shot is no good. Rebound Brisbane. Brisbane spin around shot, no good. Rebound Hardaway, who passes it to Demarius Carroll. Velez hit a two earlier for the Pioneers. Looking for anything. Ball was going out of bounds, and Donovan Ballou just knocks it out. So Pioneers keep the ball. Cannon Hale with the inbound. Auden Slaughter gets it past the half-court line. Passes it to Carroll. Screened by Maxwell Moore. Looks into the paint. Finds Hardaway. Hardaway with the dunk. Hardaway having one heck of a first half. That was great vision there. Demarius Carroll Gets a screen by Moore. Moore has the defender cutting straight to him, and then he finds an open Hardaway in the paint for an easy two. Carroll now gets the rebound. He drives in, passes out to Hardaway. Hardaway drives right back in. Moore pump fake, puts up a shot, no good. Ends in the hands of Slaughter. Slaughter's shot is good. Very fast action there in the hands of many people, very fast. Brisbane passes to Berkeley. Looks like they want to slow it down just a bit after that fast-paced action. Shaw pulls up a deep two, and it's good. Aiden Shaw puts his first points on the board.
You
Your
know,
score is
22-7. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but Jackson State maybe slowing it down is the pace they need. They're down big, and maybe the fast-paced action just isn't working out for them. Maybe it's just leading to too many careless turnovers.
I definitely agree. As Brisbane puts in another two, I think that would be very beneficial for them, especially with how fast VolState is going right now. They're going 1,000,000 miles a minute, so I definitely think that'll help them out. As Demarius Carroll puts in one of the craziest layups I've ever seen. Very nice shot by him. Jones into the paint to Ballou. Ballou big bodies his way into putting up a two for his team. Carroll passes to Moore. Gives it to Hale, who's driving. Looks into the paint to Moore, and he couldn't quite hold on to it. Shaw cuts to his left, goes into the paint. His shot is good. Seems like the Green Jays are finding a rhythm here.
Not to make comparisons here, but I've seen number one's hair like that a bunch of times, but his name was Taylor Groves. So
I was gonna say the same thing when I saw him driving into the paint, as Cannon Hale is charged with a travel, and he immediately gets off the court. On to the court for him is Macon Atkinson, as well as Jalen Shelton. Preston King as well. Jalen Hardaway and MJ Gibbs for your Pioneers. Welch ends up in the hands of Gibbs. Gibbs to Hardaway. Hardaway with a Euro step. His shot no good. Shaw looking to take advantage of this VolState team. Lowell drives in. Shot is no good. They're going to say no foul on that, and that's going to be VolState ball. 24-13, 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go. King with the inbound. Gives it to Atkinson. Atkinson passes it to Shelton. Gibbs now at the top of the key. Hardaway into the paint to King. Waiting for him is Phillips to steal it right out of his hands. Lull to Phillips. Phillips driving. Phillips pop shot, no good. Gibbs with the rebound. Gives it to Atkinson, who calls a play. Atkinson's back to Gibbs. Shelton now. Gives it to Hardaway. Atkinson calling for a screen. Gets it from Preston King. Into the paint to King. Back out to Gibbs. Gibbs for three. He's good. MJ Gibbs for three. Great shot, great play development there by Atkinson. Lull for three. No good. Atkinson with the rebound. Atkinson loses the ball. Ends up in the the Green Jays' hands. I almost said Jayhawks. I can't get their name right apparently. Ron Brisbane puts it in for two off of the stumbling with the ball that Atkinson had. Johnny Lynn's letting him hear it on the sidelines. Maxwell Moore, Demarius Kell, Preston King, MJ Gibbs, and Jalen Shelton on the floor for your Ball State Pioneers. King gives a screen to Carroll. Carroll can't take it. Great defense here by the Green Jays. Carroll drives in. Shelton for three. No good. Rims out. Phillips with the ball, drives in, puts up a two, and it's good. LaKendrick Phillips with his first points of the game. Moore drives in and draws the foul on Phillips. That's his first foul of the night. Maxwell Moore. Been a great piece for this team coming in off the bench. Some games he started, but at the beginning of the season, he would come off the bench and would be a great sixth man for the Pioneers, as his first shot is no good. Cannon Hale and Auden Slaughter come onto the court. Maxwell Moore, 75% tonight from the free throw line. Cooper Lowe looking to make something happen here for his Green Jays. I do not have a number 22 on this sheet, so I do not know who that is, but great shot by him.
We'll get some clarification at halftime for that.
Yes, I believe he might. No, there's no 22 here.
Don't know if you saw that play, but Auden Slaughter had a great step back three right over his defender.
Yeah, sorry I missed that. I was still looking for this mysterious number 22 for the Green Jays. Sorry, I missed that.
Great shot by Slaughter there just to answer back. Yeah.
Cannon Hale picks up a... No, that's Maxwell Moore picks up a foul. Lowell back out for three. His shot rims out. Moore. Carroll now with the ball. He gives it to Gibbs. Ends up in the hands of Hale. Back to Gibbs. Now to Slaughter. Into the paint to Moore. Maxwell Moore with a great layup behind the back. Puts it in. Shaw cuts his right, pump fakes, doesn't shoot it. Phillips now, guarded by Slaughter, takes it to the paint, passes it right back out to Lull. Shaw now with the ball. Shaw drives in with 6 seconds left on the shot clock, and his shot is good. Shaw, 6 points in this first half. Been a great player for the Green Jays so far. Demarius Carroll. Ball is almost stolen. Almost stolen by Cooper Lull, but as he was trying to save it, he ended up hitting it out of bounds. So VolState will keep the ball. Preston King comes onto the court for the Pioneers. Maxwell Moore is off. Hale with the inbound. Finds Slaughter on the other side of the court, who puts up a layup, no good. Phillips passes it out to Lull. Lull into the paint to Ballou. Ballou out to Berkeley. Berkeley now to Lull. Lull to the paint to Ballou. Ballou with two people on him. Puts up a tough shot. Donovan Ballou now joins the 6-point club for his Green Jays, along with Aiden Shaw and Ron Brisbane. Hale getting double teamed. Gives it to Gibbs. who gives it to King, whose shot is blocked by Cooper Lull, who has the ball now and is driving. He puts up a tough shot, and it's good. Cooper Lull with his first points of the game. Green Jays coming alive now in this second half of the first half. The first half, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
First timeout called, it seems, by the Green Jays. Been a great game so far. VolState came out hot, and they had a very big lead. Now they've kind of fallen away from that. Green Jays been putting a bunch of points together and really have clawed their way back into this game.
Yeah, and they slowed it down. You see, they didn't try to force things like they were at the beginning. They were just jacking up threes at the beginning. They slowed it down, and they just waited for things to develop and waited for spots to open up. And it's not like VolState started missing shots. They just started giving opportunities away. And that's this is something you can't do. And when you travel, you throw it out of bounds. Stuff like that. Just like the careless little things. That's going to allow a team to claw back in. And hopefully they're able, just to clean a little of those things up coming out of this huddle and finish this first half strong.
Pioneers with a 7-point lead. Score is 33-26 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this first half. I agree with you. It's not necessarily that. The Pioneers have their play has deteriorated. It's just the fact that they've been giving the Green Jays more opportunities to score points, and they have capitalized on them. Cannon Hale gets it out to Demarius Carroll, who gives it to Slaughter. Slaughter on an island all by himself. Decides I'm just going to drive in. Gets the foul on Jackson Jones. It's his first foul of the night. Neither team's really in any foul trouble. They've got Jackson State with 6. I've only got them with 5. So I've missed a foul somewhere. Carroll. Pass it to King, who gives it to Hale. Now Hardaway drives into the paint, behind the back, loses the ball. And those are the mistakes you were talking about, Ethan. Comes back to bite him as Phillips puts in a 2. He's at 4 points on the night. Carroll, guarded by Berkeley. Carroll going all around the court. Step back 3, no good. As the Green Jays erupt in excitedness. Cooper Lull, the main antagonizer there of most of the noise. Phillips with the inbound for the Green Jays.
I don't talk about it too much, but Cameron Cates, this coach, he brings the energy, I can say, and that's something I've seen. Even when his team was down, he was still bringing it off the bench, encouraging his players, coaching them up and stuff like that. So it's always good to see a coach like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's definitely a big reason why they've came back into this game. Especially I know when I was a young buck playing some sports out there, I would always, if my coach was in a bad mood, I really wouldn't care. But if he was out there, keep going, we got this, stuff like that, it obviously helped a lot. Hardaway pulls up a 3. No good, off the left side of the rim. Berkeley does a full lap around the court there. Into the hands of 22, who hits a 3. And he's on fire. He's got 6 points tonight. I know he at least hit 1 3. Slaughter gives it to Hardaway. Hardaway loses the ball. Phillips now driving. They have the numbers. Puts in an easy 2. Phillips now joins the 6-point club. And that's a big reason why they've came back into this game. It wasn't just one player. It's everyone is contributing to the points.
And it's a tie game. Earlier we were talking about it was a 16-4 lead, and now we're sitting here tied at 33. And
Preston King ended up with the ball in the paint, gets a foul by Jackson Jones. That's his second foul of the night. Pioneers he needs to hit both of these free throws. These are crucial free throws going into halftime that you want the lead. You know, you want the lead going into halftime. It gives you a sort of boost. I mean, you both know that the Pioneers are historically bad in the second half. They'll come out and they'll have a 20-point lead and then ended up losing by a three-pointer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And, you know, you're talking about hitting it. You know, he misses that first one, and that's something else. They miss the free throws that matter. And you can't. Not in situations like this, and you can't let, you know, at the beginning of the game, you saw the bench wasn't really too into it when they were down big, but now they let them back. That bench sends soaring energy into, you know, into those kids on the court.
great to see him hit that one, at least somewhat of a lead. 1 second left on the clock. Yeah, but I think that was a time thing there. Time should not have been running, but it was. So they put about a second and 0.6 seconds on the clock. So you never know. That might be just what they need as the Green Jays pass goes out of bounds. So that gives VolState another chance to put some more points on the board. Well, let's see. The refs are talking about it. That's Dustin Williams and Luke Dykus conversing over who it was out of bounds on. Apparently they're saying VolState hit it out of bounds. I don't see where they would have seen that, but oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I was about to say, I don't know where they could have seen that. So now VolState has another opportunity, slim, 2 seconds. You got to get a shot up quick, but still, you have an opportunity to put more points on the board.
Yeah. They have their hot hand 3 guy, you know, Cannon Hale, so maybe he's trying to find somebody.
Hardaway for the buzzer beater. Jalen Hardaway, what a first half he's had. You know, that wasn't necessarily a game winner, but that puts you up 3 points before halftime.
And it's that boost going in, just like you were saying. I have him with 11 unofficially.
I've only got him with 10. That's definitely, either way, 10 points, 11 points. That's a great first half, and not even to mention Auden Slaughter. He had 7 points to contribute to this. And now, that is great, obviously, you know, great first half for Jalen Hardaway, but the Pioneers really kind of took their foot off the gas almost. They allowed the Green Jays to come back in, and I want to talk about the Green Jays here for a minute because, number 1, Aiden Shaw, LaKendrick Phillips, and we're going to go to a break, actually. I guess I ran out of time, got too invested. We'll be back after halftime. Thanks for watching VolState Sports Network.
About anything, you know.
I tell you what.
Working a 9 to 5. You know, if I didn't know any better, Well, it's because we want the play-by-play using this one and the color using this one. So that's an AJ thing. Are we good now? So you got our voices adjusted now? Are you sure? Hold up. Brother, I need your help. Bro, it's not like going back in. There it goes. Really? Sorry, I gotta. Okay, yeah, that's good. Sorry, I have to wear my headset to start this thing. Like, it's a pet. so glad to be here today. I'm so glad to be here today. Kind of wish Taylor was grumpy talking to me right now. There it goes. There it goes.
It's all good up here too.
All good in the hood.
Isn't that right, Eats?
That's right. I don't know why he keeps saying I'm on FaceTime. I'm not on FaceTime. That's actually kind of annoying.
Bro's on FaceTime.
No, I'm not.
Bro, who you calling, bro?
Nobody. I don't understand why he keeps saying like.
You should, bro.
I should what?
You should stream your face.
I really should.
Dude, I would love to do it.
I've been trying to get him to
Because it's good to put a name to a face.
well that and he's working on getting a camera up here.
Cam 1, Cam 2. Make sure you check them cameras like it's FNAF.
I'm restarting my computer.
Dude, what
To
is
get-
that?
What?
What is that? Is that a girl?
No. That's it's my girl best friend. The one over here was my girl best friend. The one on this side is dating my good church friend. We were trying to hook up a 2-man, but my girl best friend keeps playing with my heart, bro. So like, it's not a 2-man
You
yet.
gotta cut her off. Hey, you gotta cut it off, man.
I mean, we've been friends since freshman year of high school.
And she's still in it. Just kidding.
Yeah, Glow. Cupid on Cupid.
Bro, Kelly Green, here they are.
Here they come.
What if instead of Kelly Green, I was just me?
Oh! Dude, call us the next Kanye West up here. Alright, for real though, chat, we need this one, bro. We need to move to 3 and 4 in conference play.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to talk about the record.
Yeah. That's alright. Why is it verifying slot? What the frick is going on in my I don't want you to open slot. Thank you. There you go.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Would you rather do this with me or Tim Reese, buddy?
Timmy.
Really? Really?
Uh-huh. Nah, I'm kidding. Just joking.
There you go. Keep it on, keep it on my. Oh my god, that's the wrong sport.
Oh, yeah, website.
We have our own website, yeah.
Wow, 7-0. VolState's that good.
Yeah, Columbia State's good, bro. They're 14-3. Walter State 14-0. We play Columbia State. We got to play them Wednesday, January 28th. Gotta get smacked. But see, if we win this game, then we'll move to 3 and 4. So we just gotta finish somewhere up here, like their butt. Yeah, go Cupid, I'm like, hey. Bro, dude, Taylor looks so weird without dreads, bro. It's so weird. Anybody else from our conference play today? Columbia State. Oh my gosh, look at this. Whoa. They beat Tennessee Valley Community Christian. You remember when we played that school or whatever? Bro, they beat them 123 to 55.
24 minutes. That's like a 60. Holy crap. 59 to 110. Oh, watch it. We're just looking at it.
Tell us if you're mad, bro. I think they got to come here.
We're just looking at some of the. I know girls are Kelly 17.
Oh, they come here February 21st.
I know.
College ball.
It's Preston Clark.
See that?
College. Yeah,
No, I think
Oh,
Yeah, it's our conference.
Oh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the VolState Sports Network. Once again, I'm Casey Hollingsworth, joined here with Ethan Vance. I'm going to pick up where I left off right before halftime, talking about the Green Jays and how they've really mounted a comeback here. And a big reason why is they have 3 players, actually 4 players, with 6 or more points. Actually, wait, 5 players. My goodness. You got number 1, Aiden Shaw, has 3 twos. You got number 5, LaKendrick Phillips with 3 twos. Number 13, Donovan Ballou with 3 twos. You've got 21, Ron Brisbane with 7 points. He has 3 twos and a free throw. And then we found out who number 22 is, at least his last name. His last name is Brown, and he has 2 threes. So that's really 2 players, actually 5 players, who have helped bring this team back into this. So Auden Slaughter looks into the paint for a wide open Jalen Hardaway, who misses a wide open dunk. Ballou puts it in for the first points of the second half.
You say Jalen Hardaway, and I was getting ready to talk about Jalen Hardaway had 11 points in that first half, and I was like, he's getting ready to bring, that same thing into the second. He misses an easy layup. Sometimes it's okay to go fundamental other than flashy.
True. That is true. Pass there by Auden Slaughter, knocked out of bounds by not 1 but 2 Green Jays. So obviously ball stays with the Pioneers. As we talked, Ball State went into the halftime with a 3-point lead. Now that's just a 1-point lead, 36-35. Carroll with the inbound, gives it to Hardaway. Hardaway, just a big body down there in the paint, who gives it to Hale. Hale, dangerous from the 3-point line, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Preston King. Slaughter drives in, puts up a little floater, and it goes in. Auden Slaughter, another name who stepped up for the Pioneers tonight with the absence of Taylor Groves. Ron Brisbane puts in a 2.
I'll say this, if this team stays with the way that they've played tonight, if they keep that all year with the absence of Taylor, I feel like they're going to be just fine. They got a tough conference schedule coming up, but if they keep this same energy going into conference play and they realize they don't have Taylor, I think they'll be just fine. Games are going to be tougher to win, but I feel like they could pull away in some games.
As Demarius Carroll puts in a 2 for Pioneers. Brisbane pulls up a 2 off the front rim, no good. And rebound was Mitchell, who puts up a shot, and that's rebounded by Slaughter. Slaughter driving to the paint, finds Hale in the corner for 3. No good. But rebound, Preston King, who puts it in. King, his first points of the half, hit 3 points in the first half, so that puts him up to 5.
The past couple of games for the Pioneers, their hot hand from 3, Kenneth Hale, has been in a shooting slump. He's made one tonight, but he's just, he usually hits that shot. So hopefully he can break that slump before too long and be the hot hand that he usually is.
Brisbane's shot is just a little long. Rebound Slaughter. Carroll pass back to Slaughter. Slaughter for 3, no good. Long as well. Cooper Lull now. He drives in, puts up a tough layup. And the call, I do not know what the call was. I think it was a foul on Jalen Hardaway, but I don't see how that was a foul.
Don't know. Jalen's body was a bit positioned sideways when, he was coming in. So it's just, you see a lot of contact. Some refs let it play, some refs don't let it play. Some refs, let it play on one end, but one ref may not let it play on the other. So
definitely true. That's true. Cooper Lull, his first one is good. Cooper Lull leads his team, the Green Jays, with the highest field goal percentage with 47.8. His first one was good. Hopes he can definitely hit this second one. Put his team just down by a three-pointer. Second shot is no good, so they stay down 4 points. Cannon Hale pulls up a deep three, and it's good! Cannon Hale, his second three of the night. Hopefully that's what he needs to ignite this three-point frenzy for the Pioneers. Definitely with how close this game is, that would be a very big help. I want to take a moment to thank everybody on the broadcast team. AJ Fossen, the man who runs it all. Tamira Dreer. William, I don't think I know your last name, but William, he's running audio. Great guy. You got Jonathan, and then I forgot his name. Barry. Sorry, Barry. I forgot your name, Barry. I'm sorry. He's running camera. Him and Jonathan on camera. Thank them very much. If it wasn't for them, this wouldn't run. As Shaw hits a three-pointer. Very clutch three there. Moore with the ball. Flings it over to Maxwell, to Demarius Carroll. From Maxwell Moore to Demarius Carroll. Moore loses the ball, puts up a tough three, tough two, no good. Carroll out to Hale. I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds. Definitely looking for a three from him, as this game is just a 4-point difference.
I will say if Cannon Hill gets hot down this stretch, the Green Jays are in trouble.
For sure. It was definitely different when Taylor Groves, Taylor Groves, Jamal Nero, and Cannon Hale, all three dangerous from the three-point line. It was very hard to guard this team. Rebound, Moore. Moore loses it as he had Slaughter in the corner. Brisbane with the inbound. Berkeley now. Shaw over to Lowell. Lowell into the paint to Mitchell. Mitchell drives in, puts up a layup, no good. But Brisbane gets the putback dunk, and that's 4 points for him in this half. He had 7 in the first half, so up to 11 on the game. Cannon Hale gets it over to King. King spends a lot of time at that top of the key position trying to make something happen in the paint. Carroll driving into the paint. Tough shot, tough layup. Gets blocked by Brisbane, and they're going to say the ball was out on Demarius Carroll. So Green Jays, not only do they get the block, but they also get possession. So great defensive showing by them so far in this second half. Berkeley gets it past half court. Lowell now. Lowell drives in, puts up a layup, and it's good. We talk about it all the time. The Pioneers come out that second half, they're just not the same team, looking like it right now.
Just gotta let the things that happened that worked in the first half work in the second. And
Slaughter with a fadeaway too, and that's just amazing right there.
He is one of the things that was going good in the first half for the Pioneers. And maybe they're just looking for that little extra spark, being Carroll, Hale, just one of those guys.
For sure. Definitely, if he gets hot, as long as with Hale and Carroll, they'll be very good here. They'll be just fine. Carroll now gives it to Hardaway. Hardaway over to Hale with a screen from Hardaway. Hardaway into the paint. Back out to Carroll. Carroll for three. No good. Rebound Hardaway. Hardaway, 3 people on him. Puts up a shot. No good. Definitely could have passed that out there, trying to get something to happen. Berkeley puts up a shot, a little layup, and it's blocked by Demarius Carroll, but they called him for goaltending, so that shot's going to count. Moore now on the court for the Pioneers, as well as MJ Gibbs, Jalen Hardaway, and Auden Slaughter, as well as Demarius Carroll. Carroll running the offense tonight for the Pioneers. Gives it over to Slaughter. Slaughter out to Hardaway. Hardaway for three. Unusual to see that, but Jalen Hardaway has had one heck of a game, putting up a three. That's his first points of this second half. And they leave Berkeley wide open. He gets an easy three. His points, first points of the second half as well. Carroll moving with some tempo. Passes it to Moore, who gives it to Slaughter. Slaughter screened by Hardaway. Hardaway into the paint to Hardaway, who was not ready for the pass, and it's stolen. Green Jays have the numbers, and Phillips gets blocked by Slaughter, which then rolls out of bounds. So it'll stay in possession of the Green Jays. The Green Jays are 5-8 this year, and they're 2-5 in conference play. Their last game was against Arkansas State Mid-South, where they took a loss, 92-70. Looking to bounce back tonight. Preston King with the inbound to Demarius Carroll. Carroll passes it to Gibbs. He gives it right back to Carroll. Now Slaughter with the ball. Looking for something. King pulls a three. No good.
I've seen him shoot that shot in practice and warm-ups, and against Calhoun when they were here, I saw him shoot that three. So maybe he's starting to feel comfortable.
Maybe he's there a lot, so it would make sense. Shot is good by Evans. That's his first points of the night. Moore. Ball pass is almost stolen by Phillips. Gibbs regains possession. Now King looking for somebody. Gives it to Carroll. Carroll, tight defense by Evans. Behind the back dribble. Goes up between two players and is blocked. But Johnny on the spot. Preston King is waiting there to get the rebound and a two.
That's big.
Preston King with another easy rebound. It just fell right into his hands. King now looking for a dunk. No good. Looking for an alley-oop from Auden Slaughter. I don't understand that play call there. What are you thinking? You're tied game, and oh my goodness! That was a bring the house down type block by Moore. And Slaughter was looking into the paint for Gibbs, and he is fouled by Evans. That's his second foul of the night.
Okay, so kind of unravel all that. You have an alley-oop to Slaughter. He could have got up, tried to go over a guy. Didn't really work. Preston King was, or the lead, you get down there. Max Moore with a monstrous block on this end leads this way. Just a lot of commotion going on. Back and forth.
Yep,
you know.
Very fast gameplay going on in the second half. And with such a close game this is, these free throws are so crucial. So your score right now is 53-52. VolState is up by a point, 12 minutes and 13 seconds to play.
They ended up waving off that last free throw due to Maxwell Moore being in this block right up here, being in the opponent's block. So
Phillips looking to drive, pulls up a shot from the free throw line, no good. Somehow Ballou ends up with a rebound over three Pioneers.
Megan X almost took a spill into the crowd there. He almost ate the bar.
He almost did. Great, great hustle there, but it was all for nothing as the Green Jays still have the ball. Blue ball is almost stolen by Moore. Cooper Lull drives in. He's going to get a foul, charging foul. So that's his first of the night. Such a tight game here. Everything matters. With 11 minutes to play. Atkinson now. Looking for something. Tight defense. And that's a foul on Brown, who was the mystery man in the first half. That's his first foul of the night. That brings the Pioneers for an inbound. Cannon Hale's going to be the man.
You know, it's good they have somebody who can handle the ball while Damaris Carroll gets a break, because usually that guy is one of the three that are out. Taylor Groves, Jamal Nero, Damaris Carroll. Those are our three ball handlers. And, you know, while Damaris Carroll gets a break, they have somebody who can, handle the ball.
That's true. It's another good player as the ball is stolen by Gibbs in the hands of Moore. Bring the house down, Moore! But they're going to say he traveled. What could have been an amazing play, but also a score separator, is negated because of a travel call.
I didn't see a travel.
I didn't see it either.
I saw one step, two, and then I saw him go up with the dunk. So but they're closer than me, so.
Cooper Lull goes to the paint.
And I don't mean to keep talking here, but I saw something that Cannon Hill just did. Cannon Hill saw that foul, that he committed, and he started pointing to his head, like, mental. Mentally we cannot commit that foul. They're still in this game. We can't be handing them free throws. We can't be handing them one-on-ones bonus. So I like that realization that Cannon Hill had, which is like, hey, like, I can't commit that foul, and I can't be giving that to them.
Most definitely. He's one of the leaders on this team, one of the starters, few starters that are actually left. So definitely good that he's noticing that as Cooper Lull sinks his first free throw. I mean, this is just not what you want if you're the Pioneers here. I mean, giving them basically free points. Cooper Lull is 71.4 from the free throw line. So, I mean, very accurate free throw shooter, so definitely not the person. As the Green Jays take the lead, Damaris Carroll trying to cook up some offense. Hale with the ball, guarded by Brown. Into the paint by Hardaway, who's had one heck of a game. Hardaway, crossover, drives into the paint. And Hardaway uses that big frame just to bully his way into the paint and put it in for two. And Ballou picks up a foul as well. That's his second foul. So Hardaway already with 15 points in this game with 11 minutes to go. And he's going to the line for the and one. The Pioneers are 5-10 this season so far, and they're 2-4 in conference play. So looking to bounce back as well, just as the Green Jays, as Hardaway sinks the net, his own one and only shot. Shaw, quick passes here to Brown. Brown been hot from that three-pointer, misses, put back by Mitchell. Carroll still running the offense, it looks like. And Cooper Lull just got a technical foul. I guess he was giving the ref a little bit too much lip, so that is very big for the Pioneers. Now the Green Jays have to be very careful, as that puts them at 14 fouls and sends Cannon Hale to the line. So his first shot is good. So is the second.
Buchanan Hill, you know, doesn't miss free throws too often. So if you want a guy on the court going to the free throw line for a couple take free throws, then that's your man.
For sure, he's one of the better free throw shooters on the team. Taylor Groves also was one of the better. So very nice. Inbound there, Carroll with the ball now. Screen by Preston King. He uses it and almost loses the ball. Passes it to Hardaway. Hardaway puts up a shot, no good. And takes an elbow straight to the face. My goodness, that was vicious.
I don't know how I wonder what they're gonna rule this. It's a lot of hands were in there, a lot of elbow swinging. This could go either way.
I don't think Hardaway is bleeding. Hopefully not. But man, that was definitely a brutal hit. Something you would see in UFC. And Brisbane's going to take a foul for it.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a conversation there just to make sure, you know, what he cannot be swinging around. You know, Hardaway's able to pop right back up, but an offensive foul there, you know, gives the ball back. And is that going to be, was it a flagrant or we just, because nobody's up there.
I guess it was.
Flagrant one, I guess was what they'd call it, the college level that I've heard.
Misses the first. Moore, I've talked about him. Hardaway, I've talked about him all night. Maxwell Moore as well, but Hardaway has really played a great game as his second one falls for him. The Pioneers lost their last game versus Sneed State, 84-51. So definitely a devastating loss. Looking to get a win here. Inbound Hardaway gives it to Hale and straight back to Hardaway. Hardaway fade away, no good. Rebound Phillips after it's juggled out of the hands of Preston King. Phillips just throws it out to the three-point line, hoping one of his teammates gets it. Fortunate for him, they do. Mitchell drives into the paint, no good. Rebound Gibbs. Preston King is going to get his third foul of the night.
Maybe a conversation on, you know, where exactly he committed his foul. Looks like he went straight up with him, but I guess the ref saw a little too much contact, you know, and it's going to send the Green Jays to the line, which is
Chris Mitchell makes his first. Mitchell, on paper, is one of the better players on this team tonight. Has not really shown that. Now, he might just be, you know, having a bad night, but hasn't really done much for his team. As he sinks his second shot. Carroll. Pass to Moore, back to Carroll. Carroll drives in, tries to slam one home, doesn't work for him. Phillips drives in and is blocked by Maxwell Moore, but they're going to say he fouled. So they send Phillips to the line.
crazy sequence there. Not going to lie, that was a crazy sequence.
It was very crazy. Almost forces a slam dunk from Demarius Carroll. Would have been a poster. And then we get to the thick of it, and Blue Jays are shooting free throws. Brisbane at the line. First shot, no good. Second shot, much better, as that ties the game up. 9 minutes and 30 seconds in this game, 36 to be exact. So it's going to come down to the very end. Demarius Carroll passes out to Velez. Velez to Carroll. Carroll for a deep three, and it's good. Demarius Carroll with a deep three. Hopefully he can get hot. If him and Cannon Hale are hot, this game could get away from the Green Jays. Brisbane's shot no good. Rebound Velez. Carroll signaling his team to slow down. We've got the lead. Let's think here and get some shots up that are going to hit. Carroll with the inbound for the Pioneers. Jackson Jones and Dallas Berkeley sub in for the Green Jays. On the floor for your Pioneers is Demarius Carroll, Maxwell Moore, Auden Slaughter, Kenel Velez, and Preston King. Moore's shot is no good. Pass to Jones. Jones shot no good. Rebound King. I mean, it seems like every time they're on offense, they're going to the line. I just don't know how you foul that much.
You know, and it's part of the fact that it's like, you know, there's certain players, you know, Maxwell Moore being one of them, just need to stay on the ground. You get it. You probably think they're going to go high fine. They're going to go into the air. You want to pin it against the backboard, looking for that highlight block. But it's better. You're sending them on. You're getting yourself in foul trouble. There's still 8.5 minutes to go in this game. And both teams are at, you know, you will let alone have 4 fouls. So you're almost out, you know, and you're just giving them opportunities to get back in this game. Just stay on the ground, you know, be careful would be my advice to the rest of this team.
Definitely. You know, both teams have 5 team fouls. Maxwell Moore, very, you know, I've already said he's a good player on the team, and he's got 4 fouls, man. You just can't do that. Hale now for 3, and it's good.
You know, something you can't do if you're the Green Jays is leave number 12 open. Number 12 will make you pay if he's got no one around.
Cannon Hale, 11 points so far. Slaughter with the rebound, who gives it straight to Carroll. Johnny Lynn telling Hardaway something. Don't know what it was. Maybe we'll find out here. Hale looking to make something happen. Pulls up another deep 3, and it's good.
This is what we were talking about, Kaysen. You don't want number 12 with the hot hand going down the stretch. This is what happens. You've watched a lead necessarily evaporate for the Green Jays, and they were looking at maybe a 2-point deficit now to an 8-point deficit just because a couple of threes from number 12 in Cannon Hale.
Oh, for sure. That was an amazing sequence there by Cannon Hale. You know, first one was wide open. Second one, there was a defender on him, and he just made those shots fall. So great job by the Pioneers here to advance this lead to 8 points. I know it's been a very close game here at the throughout the whole game, actually. Been very close. And an 8-point lead, you don't really want to get weak on defense. You want to stay strong. I know we're in foul trouble. You know, this is reminding me a lot of the girls' game. The girls' game was similar to this. You had the lead, but you were in foul trouble. So you couldn't really play that much of physical defense. So the Pioneers just need to keep this up, you know, keep Cannon Hale hot for sure, because if you keep him hot, they're going to grow that lead and keep growing it. But also, let's get some more players hot. You know, let's get Demarius Carroll hot. You know, he's got a 3 tonight. Let's get Kenel Velez hot. So, you know, these are just things that need to happen, really, if you want to grow this lead. And obviously, you know, Hardaway, he's had a great game. He's got a 3 tonight as well. So, but for the Green Jays, they need to lock down on defense. The first thing they need to do as soon as they're on defense is figure out where number 12 is and make sure that he's never open. Because if not, he'll definitely make them pay.
Yeah, and, you know, try to make this quick, but when Calhoun came to VolState, Cannon Hale went 0 for 10 from the field goal and 0 for 8 from 3. And, you know, when they traveled to Sneed State, Cannon Hale struggled 1 for 8 from 3, 2 for 10. So this is a big confidence booster that Cannon Hale needs to maybe find his rhythm back.
For sure. Berkeley now to get this game back started after the timeout. Back to Berkeley. He pump fakes, gets it over to Jones. Jones with a high arcing 3 shot, and it does not fall. And they're going to call a foul on Preston King. I don't necessarily know where that was at, but that's 4 fouls for Preston King. So
I think this is where this is where you say they're being a bit ticky tacky.
I don't know if they're being a bit ticky tacky because it's all tick, no tack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not to
Yeah.
be biased or anything, but maybe that's how they see it. Maybe this is how the refs are seeing it. They're seeing a lot more physicality from VolState, but I definitely has not seen as many foul calls on the
On
Green
this
Jays,
end of the floor.
on this end of the court.
Yeah, and
So-
I get that, and it's like but it's like at the same time like not to say nothing. This is saying nothing, guys. Like men's basketball is a physical sport.
That's true.
Any basketball is a physical sport. But it's like these guys are big. They're muscular. I mean Preston King. I mean I wouldn't want to go up against him. And so I just think sometimes you just gotta let it play out. They're gonna hit the deck a little. They're gonna feel a little wood burn.
Definitely. I think they need to let him play as Jones hits all 3 of his free throws. So pass out to Cannon Hale, who does not shoot it. He pops a 2, and it's good. Cannon Hale is on fire right now.
Cannon Hale has taken over the second half, and I think he's becoming the big, X factor, the separation key in this second half for the VolState Pioneers.
Brisbane drives in, misses the first shot, gets his rebound, puts it back in. He's got 6 in this quarter alone. This half alone. I got mixed up with the girls and the.
Yeah, it's very easy when you go from quarters to halves, but
Auden Slaughter, step back 2, and it's good. That
Scored.
was nasty.
Not to sound like a broken record, but just want to talk about every guy doing his part, and Cannon Hale has played his part. Auden Slaughter has stepped up so far. They continue to hit big shot after big shot, and this is just really good momentum that the Pioneers need going here down the stretch.
Jones for 3, no good. And that is the second time I've seen him hit the floor after a 3. They're going to get a.
Seems to be his special.
That's his. That's his. That's his X factor.
I don't know how you can call that. It's the shot's already gone. Jalen closes out a little late. But I mean, it's.
That's just the second foul on Jalen, though. So Jones now with 4 points. We'll make that 5, actually. He just hit that free throw. Makes the second. And the third one will fall as well. So Jones very effective and efficient from the free throw line. Only missing 1 shot tonight. VolState up 72-68 with just under 6 minutes to play here. Carroll looking for something. Want to grow this lead for the Pioneers. Carroll out to Hale. Hale for 3! No good. MJ Gibbs with the rebound, and his shot is no good. Cooper Law ends up with it. Gives it to Brisbane. Brisbane's pass is stolen by Hale. Hale, great defense there.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Great effort. And if I'm Cannon Hale, that shot doesn't discourage me. I'm still on fire from 3. That one little missed 3 does not discourage me. I still want the ball in my hands, and I'm still comfortable shooting that shot.
Oh, for sure. Great second half here by him. Can't get discouraged, especially with how close this game is. Lowell puts it in for a 2-pointer, and wouldn't you know it, there's a foul on the court. Number 12, Cannon Hale.
Seems to be the common theme every time they're down there.
I
hate to sound like that, and I hate to be like that, but it's just what 4th straight possession they've been to the foul line.
I mean, yeah, that's a bit nuts. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little crazy. But maybe they're actually doing these fouls. We don't have that good of an eye, so he misses his shot. So
bottle lies, we say.
the score will stay 72-70. 2-point lead for the Pioneers here. Just under 5 minutes to go. Carroll behind the back, driving in, puts up a one-handed layup, off-handed. You know, when you go up with on the left side, you go up with your left hand. He went with his right. Mixed up my words there, but nevertheless, he scored.
What a play.
What a play.
What an acrobatic layup. Draws the foul, counts it.
And would you look at that, Ethan?
We
got a foul call.
We're at the line. And, you know, I hate to sound like that, and I don't want people to think we're, like, you know, hating on the refs or anything. It's just they seem to cut a lot for Jackson State, not the same for VolState.
Carroll misses his one and only shot. Score is 74-70 with a nice reverse layup from Phillips. Phillips had 6 points in the first half. Carroll passes it to Moore. Gives it to Hale. Hale is looking for any opportunity to shoot that rock. Ball is stolen. Phillips looking for a dunk, and he does not do it. So Phillips with that two there ties the game up. Phillips quick, 4 points there for him. Carroll gets it past half court and calls a timeout. So, you know, first we got to address it. Like, these free throws have really helped the Green Jays. And whether the fouls were not, they didn't actually do the fouls. Maybe they're being a little soft, whatever. It doesn't matter. They still made the shots. You know, at the end of the day, the call the ref made is what it is. And they made the shots. And, you know, they could have missed them. But that has kept them in this game.
Yeah, and it's critical free throws at that. It wouldn't be such a problem, but it's like some of these are just critical free throws that, I mean, they seem to make. It's just like, you know, if you're going to let something happen on this end of the floor, you got to let the same thing happen on this end of the floor. There have been many times I've seen Demarius Carroll go for a layup and take a spill, and nothing happens. And then on this floor, they go be with Preston King, and they seem to hit the deck, and they seem to get their whistle blown.
And I agree, but it also goes to say that Jackson Jones, you know, he had those two free throws where he got fouled. He hit every free throw.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's skill there. I mean, he hit every free throw to get his points back. So, you know, it's just the fact that they've hit them as well.
Yeah.
Not only that they've gotten the fouls, but they've hit them.
If I'm VolState, I just, like, don't jump.
Yeah.
If you see, like, you want to block this shot, but if I'm VolState, try to stay grounded, because if you go up in the air with them, they're gonna get that call.
Yep. To start this game back off after the timeout, Carroll, Preston King, Cannon Hale, Auden Slaughter, and Maxwell Moore on the court for the Pioneers. That would be Demarius Carroll. I just realized I didn't say his first name. Carroll at the logo. Drives in. Pulls back at the last second. His shot is no good. Brisbane was getting harassed by numerous VolState's Pioneers, so he's going to go to the line. Brisbane is...
And I think head coach Johnny Lynn is having the same conversation we're having up here. It's happening down there. Anyway, but, you know, you guys are blowing the whistle, but you guys are seeming to blow the whistle every time it happens to them. So that is Maxwell Moore's 5th and final foul. So he's going to foul out. It's a big defensive loss there, but
definitely, you know, that hurts to see, especially since, you know, we're not necessarily down men, but we don't have as many men as we used to as Brisbane hits his first shot.
You look down there on the bench, and you see another big man, Adressa Njai, down there, and he's a big help on defense. Dylan Delk's not here. You know, big help on defense. That's another big body that goes up with Preston King, and you know, that's 2 defensive guys, and, you know, so
definitely the loss of Dylan Delk is definitely, you can see that in the rebounds. He was a great rebounder for the Pioneers. Hardaway out to Hale. Hale for 3. It's good. Cannon Hale, the man, the myth, the legend. has been on fire from the three-point lane.
If I got to give it to Cannon Hill, if I have it right, he has sunk 1, 2, 4 threes just this half alone compared to just his one. And like I said, 2 games ago, he didn't make one. Last game, he made one. So hopefully he's just finding his rhythm back to what he was at the beginning of the year for this Pioneer team.
Shaw puts up a shot, and Cannon Hale is going to be charged with a foul.
You know, I see him walking back, and, you know, I hate to sound like a broken record. Cannon Hale had a smile on his face walking back to the logo, just like he just knew it was coming, you know, and you hate to sound like that, but, you know, it's just what it's been at the end of the night.
You can see he's definitely frustrated. He just was holding his head like this. I mean, what can you do, really? As Aiden Shaw misses his first shot, second one falls for him.
If I'm Cannon Hill, though, I want to play it safe. You're the torch right now. You're the reason we're up one. You know, play it safe. Try not to foul. You know, you've got 3. Just be careful.
Great look by Hardaway to find Demarius Carroll cutting to the basket and placed a perfect pass. Dare I say it looked a little bit Mahomey. Sorry. But there was a great pass by Jalen Hardaway. As Berkeley had a miscommunication with his teammate, he thought he was down in the corner and no one was there. His pass falls out of bounds.
I hate to crack jokes, but maybe he thought the coach was the player.
Maybe.
He saw the coach down there, he's like, oh, I'm going to swing it that way. No, you know, it's good, but, you know, this is the momentum. You took Cannon Hill away for a play, led to an easy layup bucket. Now they're worried. Cannon Hill's got that hot hand from 3. They got to be careful.
Now Slaughter pulls up a 3. No good. Made his defender stumble, but to no avail. Shaw looking for something. Gives it back to Lowell. Lowell to Shaw, now to Brisbane. Shaw still with the ball. Over to Phillips. Phillips off the foot. And it looked to me like Phillip threw the ball straight at his foot, but they called a kickball on Cannon Hale, and timeout is called. So 1:51 to go. Score is 79-76. VolState leads, and if you look at the scoreboard, 10 team fouls.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
10 team fouls.
This is the first time I've seen that since I've been calling games, which I'm just a freshman this year, so I don't know how often it occurred. This is the first time I've seen it this year that we've been in double-digit team fouls.
This is the first time I've ever seen it as well. It's a little bit ridiculous, you know. That's not to say anything about the refs, but definitely as a team, you got to be more aware.
More disciplined.
More disciplined. You see, okay, when I come down and I'm on defense, they're calling everything I do a foul. So I need to play a more, not necessarily looser defense, but I have to be less physical.
Be more in control, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's, if I'm Johnny Lynn, that's my message to my team in this huddle. Hey, we're up 3, okay? Like, be in more control of yourself. Don't be jumpy. Try to stay grounded. You know, do what you have to do. And when they go up for a shot, go up with them.
Yeah.
You know, if you go up at the same time, they're not going to get that foul every time.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the big difference is they have two three-pointers that have been called fouls, and I mean, they're at a 3-point game, and I mean, it's all thanks to Cannon Hill on this end of the floor.
Yes, definitely. Cannon Hale is a big reason that VolState has a 3-point lead to begin with.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
If I did my math right, Cannon Hale has 16 this half, which puts him at 19 total from his 1-3 in the first half. So he has stepped up big. He's taken that leap. And, you know, we were talking before the game, like, he's one of those guys that have to step up and take a role with Taylor Groves being out.
Definitely. Brown's 3 is no good. Hardaway gets it and tucks it into his arms immediately. Ball is almost stolen by Phillips. Carroll with the ball, loses it. Loses the ball and then has to dive on it. Alden Slaughter was trying to take a timeout. see if they gave it to him. They might have called a travel. No, they gave it to him. Alden Slaughter got the timeout in enough time.
Looks like a foul was also called on that play. I saw the ref throwing up some numbers, so don't really know what that was all about.
It may have been on Dallas Berkeley. If so, that's just his third foul. No, that's just his first foul. So, but it doesn't seem like they're going to award anyone with a foul. So,
maybe the timeout happened before the foul happened. A lot going on in that end of the floor. Great effort by Demarius Carroll, though, staying with the ball and, being able to dive with it and keep it. And, props to Alden Slaughter for calling a timeout, realizing the possession error was not in your favor.
Yep.
So.
But I am confused because the ref pointed this way, but the scoreboard shows possession to the Green Jays. So I wonder, maybe they waved it off.
I think they may have waved off the foul. I think they were looking for a foul on the floor before anything happened, and then a timeout was awarded. So,
so it does look like it's going to be the Pioneers' ball. Demarius Carroll, Preston King, Alden Slaughter, Jalen Hardaway, and Cannon Hale on the court. Carroll with the inbound. Hardaway at the three-point line. He finds Slaughter. Slaughter out to Hale. Now back to Carroll. Carroll drives in, Euro step, puts up a two. Demarius Carroll has had a great second half as well, as alongside of Cannon Hale.
I want to point this out, and, not to try to keep bringing him up, but Taylor Groves was not only helping, but as soon as that bucket was made, he stood up and celebrated. Yes, he's not out there in uniform, but Taylor is in this team huddle. Taylor is with this team, and, I know that they are feeding off of his energy, and look, he's shaking his hands right now. He just wants to be out there so bad. And speed recovery and wherever this career takes him in basketball, it's been an honor to watch him this year, and it sucks the way he went out the way he did, but all hopes to him.
I've had the pleasure to be able to watch him 2 years in a row and commentate on his games. He's an outstanding athlete, obviously. Everybody knows that. But it was also great to be able to kick off my second year of commentating with his 50-pointer.
Yeah.
The first home game that he had, he dropped 50 points. So it was very exciting. Great to see. Hopefully he gets back soon. Hopefully this injury doesn't affect anything in the future. And he's a great athlete. I know he'll go somewhere else after VolState.
He'll definitely bounce back. And last comment on this, I saw him out there coaching, helping, being a leader, and that's what Taylor Groves was when he was on the court.
Yep.
So
definitely one of the biggest leaders on the team, if not the biggest. Slaughter now, 56 seconds left in the game, 81-78, tight game. Slaughter, defense by Lull. Slaughter, timeout called. And they're calling a foul on LaKendrick Phillips. LaKendrick Phillips, that's his second foul of the night.
I like to say this. We were talking about it on this end. I saw Preston King just go straight up with his arms. King knows he's playing with foul trouble. If I'm not mistaken, King is playing with two fouls.
I got him with 4.
Or 4.
Preston King, I got him with 4.
4. You're correct.
He is in major foul trouble, especially because he is a big man, obviously, on the team, but he is one of the crucial big men on the team.
I don't know if we saw this. We may have caught it. It looks like they were holding Jalen Hardaway's jersey, and that's the stuff we're talking about. Like, I don't understand. You're sitting right here. I don't know how that stuff goes unseen. So,
Aiden Shaw puts up a shot, and it's good. Shaw kind of come alive in this second half. He's got 6 points in just this half alone. Had 6 in the last. So timeout called here. I believe that was by the Green Jays. Yes, it was. So 81-80, 31.3 seconds left. Both teams need clutch defense as the Stone Cold Steve Austin music is playing.
You know, I never
gym.
question our music choice now, but I don't understand it. You know, we played John Cena's theme song last time out, but here's the thing, 31.3. So the shot clock's gonna go after this. So
Yes.
if you're the Green Jays, you foul, you put this game at a 3-point game. They're gonna force you to take a tough bucket, but you know, if you're VolState, attack, try to draw this foul.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
you're in
for
the
sure.
1-and-1 bonus. Try to draw a foul, go to the line, make your first, make your second. It's easier said than done, obviously. There's a reason I'm up here commentating and they're down there playing. So, you know.
Definitely. I figured out at a young age that I was not going to play any type of collegiate or professional sports.
You know,
so,
my
you know,
basketball
it's okay.
career was short stint in 8th grade, and, you know, I was a role player then, so
Hey.
now I'm commentating now. So
You know,
that's the way I like to put that.
It's just how it goes sometimes. But the Pioneers, I agree with everything you just said. They have got to play, and it's so hard because you know how the refs have been all game calling these fouls. You got to be aggressive, but you can't be over the top. So it's a hard balance to find here. Damaris Carroll with the inbound, 31.3 seconds left. You can expect a foul.
And that is the last person you want to foul if I'm Jackson State, is Cannon Hale.
And Jalen Hardaway is just already waiting down there. He's had one heck of a game as well. Cannon Hale just has lit it up in the second half. One big reason why VolState has a lead. I am not going to say anything about these free throws because I have a habit of jinxing them. So,
Been here for some of those.
so Cannon Hale, though, great game. First shot, only shot. Okay, it's good. It's good. No, first shot, 1-and-1. My bad.
Yeah,
Misspoke.
You know, he gets one more.
Yep. Oh, he hit that one. So Cannon Hale, 100% from the free throw line. And like you said, man, last person you would want to foul. And his second one, good as well. 30 seconds. Shot clock is off after this. Shaw's three, no good. Rebound King.
And
Foul.
And I hate to take it over here, but I've seen that play happen 15 times tonight in that corner where a Green Jay player has ended up on the deck and with Jalen Hardaway in coverage, but you want to know no foul, no whistle. And so it makes me wonder, you know, Johnny Lynn had a conversation earlier with the refs, like, you know, if it's going to happen down here and you're going to let it play out down there. So that right now, not going to, you know, not trying to say anything, but that could come back to haunt them if both free throws were to be made by Preston King here.
Definitely. King, like I mentioned earlier, he's got the highest field goal percentage on the team with 57.9. 1-and-1, the first one falls for him. So Preston King, he's 50% from the free throw line tonight.
Makes this a two-possession game. You cannot go make this, you cannot go tie or take the lead here, and I think they just kind of have to foul, you know, regardless.
Second one is no good for King. Phillips gives it to Lull. Lull's three, no good. This is good. They're wasting time, 15 seconds. Pass out to Brisbane. And would you look at that, fouled Cannon Hale.
And what I like to see from Auden Slaughter there, Auden Slaughter knew who to look for. He immediately saw Cannon Hale and rifled a pass over there because, you know, they trust each other on that court, and that's good about this VolState team. They trust each other, but they know that they want one guy, and that's number 12 going to the line right now.
Cannon Hale, as we've said all night, just an outstanding player, but also he stepped up to be somewhat of a leader. Obviously, we know he was a leader, but Taylor Groves, the leader of the team, he stepped up to sort of kind of fill his shoes for these remainder of these games. Obviously, we don't know how long.
That puts him at 22 points this game, and that's a good.
So your final score is 86-80. your Vol State Pioneers win this one. And you were saying that Cannon Hale had how many points?
I think he's going to finish with 22 off that last made free throw is what I have him with, and that includes 4 made threes in the second half alone. So,
and I've got Jalen Hardaway with 20. So those are two players, man, that really stepped up for the Pioneers, as well as on the other side for the Green Jays. Ron Brisbane had a great game, had 6 points in the first half, 7 points in the first half. He had 8 in the second, so he had 15 points tonight. Great game by him, great game all around. So
the Pioneers will improve to 6-10 on the year and 3-4 in conference play, ending a 4-game losing skid.
So that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for watching the Vol State Sports Network. I'm Kason Hollinsware, joined with Ethan Vance. Good night.